Hey, ladies and gentlemen, how you guys doing? Happy Friday to you. Happy Friday. This is Dr. Greg McLeod here on the Coffee Hour with Greg. This is our Q&A, our live Q&A, and it's good to be with you here today on this fabulous Friday. We're going to do a quick sound check, a video check, make sure that you can hear my voice and see me, and that we're coming to you live from Las Vegas, Nevada, the headquarters of Elite Traders University. So good to be here with you here on this the 15th of August 2025, and I hope you guys are doing well and you've had a profitable week. It certainly was a very profitable week here at Elite Traders University for ourselves and our traders here, and also new traders going from different levels and different stages, going through their education process. We had some, we're always looking for new students, and our application process is going to be available on our website, elitetradersuniversity.com/apply. Or, if you are watching this on YouTube, welcome YouTube people. You're getting a special look into our special coffee with Greg. My name is Dr. Thomas Gregory McLeod, and I'm a 30-year trading veteran, and I have traded everything from stocks, Forex, crypto, gold, silver, oil. I traded actually currencies back in 1995 in the Chicago Board of Trade, and we traded currency options. So I traded yen contracts back in 1995. So I've been trading Forex before there was Forex available to the average retail person. And I work for one of the largest Forex broker dealers in the world as a currency analyst and currency strategist. So I have 30 years of experience, which I've helped my students achieve great results in their trading, changing. In fact, our motto here at Elite Traders University is change your life by changing your trading. And a few good trades, and all of a sudden life is a lot better. So anyway, enough about me. This is a service to you guys to give you access to me, and hopefully you guys are online. I know we've been having, had some technical challenges to get across, but we have a couple of things we want to share with you as far as what's going on in the school community. We have a vibrant community that is growing. Please share the link. We have two groups. We have a free group, which provides tons of value, signals, and all kinds of courses and things to help new traders, as well as giving you a solid foundation in the Elite Traders University way of doing things, which is not your run of the mill. Most people who have courses or videos or coaching have never worked for a broker, never worked for the Wall Street, and so you're being taught basically kind of a ragtag kind of stuff, right? Stuff that's pretty generic and that's out there, and that hundreds of people teaching the same thing, whether it's ICT or order blocks or supply and demand zones. All that stuff is pretty generic, and the market. Remember, 80%, 90% of all traders lose because they're all using the same thing. And the market rewards you when you have an edge. An edge is extremely important when you're a trader. An edge gives you a unique value proposition, something that the other very few people in the market are actually doing, that's exploiting some type of inefficiency in the market, right? And that inefficiency is noted by the market, and then therefore, when there's inefficiency, then you can backdoor and get money repeatedly from the market, right? But if you're using what everyone else is using, well, guess what? The market makers and the hedge funds and the other traders already hip to the thing, hip to the game, right? So when you see crossover by the break, and guess what? Everyone's shorting that, right? You're doing the opposite thing. You buy and it goes down. You sell, it goes up, right? And I don't know if let me know in the chat box or in the in the YouTube chat if you've experienced that, right? Yeah. So if you're using what everyone else is using, the market has a tendency of going the opposite direction, right? And also there's sentiment too, where losers pay winners in this market. The Forex or any market is a stop-driven market. A stop-driven market, okay? Meaning that your stop is liquidity, right? If you are going long euro and everyone's long euro, then it doesn't move because you have to have another fool. They call it the greater fool. I'm not calling you a fool. No disrespect intended, right? I'm just using what the nomenclature of Wall Street, right? And they all think the retail are Muppets. Now, they proved them wrong with Roaring Kitty in Dumb Money when he took GameStop up to, and basically crushed Goliath, the big hedge funds who were shorting GameStop, and the Reddit people pushed up like a meme stock, pushed that up, and the retail people were right for the first time. But normally, when a bunch of people are long, they have their stops below, right? And so who's left to buy? I buy at 138 and you buy at 138, and we all agree we're 138. Yay, we're all together. We're gonna go higher. Who's left to buy? You need someone to buy at 138.50, 138.25, 138.10, and no one's left to buy. It's just like, so what happens is it goes sideways because there's no one left to buy. So the market makers go, look at all those stops down there, and there's no one left to buy. Let's lean on the market and push price down to hit those stops. And all of a sudden, the stop for a bull is a sell order, right? It's a sell order. So once you hit that stop, right, price drops. And then people panic. Oh, it's going down. Stop out, stop out, stop out, stop out, stop out. So now there's more liquidity on the reverse side of the trade, right? You've got the reverse side of the trade going. And so that's why if you get in a group and everyone says the same thing, chances are price is going to reverse, because the market's not like a beauty contest or an election where we all vote for, we all think it's going to go up. No, it's a pyramid, right? In which the losers at the bottom pay the winners. So we need people on the wrong side of the trade in order to push price up. There has to be, it's a zero sum game. It's not completely zero because the broker makes money too, and the market makers make money too, but it's a zero sum game. So anytime when there's too much bullishness in something, what will happen is, if it's a one-way bet and everyone's on one side of the trade, well, then it's not going to go anywhere, right? And so what happens is you'll have large parties going, all I got to do is throw out about 20 million out there. I'm going to hit somebody's stop. And if I hit the stop, then I'm going to hit some other stops. And then you get this cascade effect where you get these big, long candles going the opposite direction because it's a stop-driven market, right? So yesterday, in fact, we had our Asia session trading, which we do at 7 p.m. Eastern time. And I trade Asia. And a lot of people say, well, Asia, there's not a lot of activity in Asia. But we've got around that. We go, because I figure that there's 3 or 4 billion, 2 billion Asians who are not waking up at this time, at 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock U.S. time to trade, because it's like 4 o'clock their time. So there is activity going on the lower time frames, on the 20 tick, 5 second, 15 second charts, charts that people tell you stay away from because they're it's volatile and not very regular and hard to predict. It's like, no, there's less risk on the lower time frames. In fact, futures traders all the time are going for 2 and 3, 4, 5 ticks, and they're trading off of 1 minute and 3 minute charts, right? The professionals go to lower time frame charts. The amateurs are on the higher time frame charts. So I believe in and out. I know Dr. John's in the house. John, I was just thinking about you, brother. Check Teams. I put messages out there for you, brother. And Victor's in the house. I want to acknowledge our VIP people who are in the room, right? If you're in the room, you are. If you're not inside, like Gordon Gecko says, if you're not inside, you're outside, okay? And you got Victor and John on the inside. Welcome, welcome, welcome. And Victor, where are you from? John, where are you from? I know, John, where you're from. You're from down the street, bro. Anyway, but yeah, so I was trading with my group, and at 7 p.m. and we're usually pray and analyze the market, and you should join. It's $97 for our VIP group, and there we've got advanced courses in mindset, hypnotherapy. We have courses um, in in scalping, plus our full Forex Foundations course is there as well. 81 videos, very awesome. But it also includes uh, the courses and the live trading. The live trading is extremely powerful. The other things are bonuses too, but being able to watch me trade live is very important. So anyway, I'll tell you the story. So we're in the group, and we're looking at the dollar yen, and we're looking at the dollar yen. It was at the top of the heat map, and but it had run. It had basically run. We had a hot PPI number yesterday. The PPI came in greater than expected, and so the inflation, the inflation hawks, or the interest rate hawks were coming out, basically saying, well, look, the Fed can't cut rates, and so because there's inflation, right? The panicins, and so of course, the dollar would rally when we have higher inflation, because usually when the two mandates of the Fed are price stability and full employment. Okay, they're two mandates, and they're really the opposite, because if you have price stability, you're gonna have to lay off people, and how you lay off people, you raise interest rate and basically decrease the amount of capital that can be lent out, right? So stop printing money, right? That's when they raise interest rates, all they're doing is slowing down the printing presses. They're still printing, but not as much, right? When they print a lot of money, that's when they lower interest rates. The physical mechanism is that they're printing more money, making more money available. Okay. When you have more of something, it's supply and demand, right? You got a lot of something, the price comes down. You don't have a lot of something, the price goes up. So how do you increase the value of the dollar? You stop printing so many dollars, right? So interest rates function as a mechanism to control the flow of dollars. Okay. Now, during times of inflation, you want to reduce the amount of dollars, and the mechanism is you raise interest rates. When you raise interest rates, you actually reduce the amount of money that's put out there, right? So if you reduce the amount of money, right, that will if there's less money or less dollars, the value of the dollar goes up. Basic supply and demand. There's less of something, the price goes up. Like gold. There's not much gold. It's hard to get to, and it's very expensive. $3,000 over $3,400 an ounce, right? However, dirt is cheap. That's why we get dirt cheap. Why? Because there's a lot of dirt everywhere, right? There's dirt everywhere. You can go outside, there's dirt, right? How much would you pay for this dirt? Nothing, right? Why? Because I can go and get my own dirt. So I don't need yours because it's everywhere, right? But let's go to Kevin Costner's Water World, where the whole world's covered with water. What was the most expensive thing? Dirt. That's right. Dirt was the most expensive thing. Why? Because it was scarce. There was a limited supply, and the value, they were weighing dirt on a scale. Kevin Costner had a little bag of dirt around his neck like it was gold, right? Like, and why is he doing that? Because he lives in a water world and there's no dirt, right? So it's all about scarcity, supply, and demand. That's the whole economic process, right? So when the whole mechanism here, I know someone asked me a question about PPI and CPI and how to trade it. Well, it's real simple. It's a binary event, usually, right? If PPI or CPI is an inflation number, it usually makes it, if PPI, just think of the I as inflation. It's called producer price index, but just take the I and just program your brain. When I hear CPI, PPI, I is inflation, right? That's how I remember it. And then if I hear it going up, well, that's usually a dollar story. The dollar is going to go up as well because they're going to raise interest rates, lower the supply of dollars, making the dollar worth more. And what does that do? It chokes off, it slows down the economy. People get laid off because, yes, higher borrowing costs, especially for tech companies. They borrow, they have burn rate. They're borrowing. And all of a sudden, interest rates are high and they can't borrow money to pay these people. They wind up laying them off. In fact, you see lots of people being laid off. Why? Because the interest rates are high. Other countries are cutting rates. That's why the administration, the White House, are demanding that Jerome Powell cut rates. The whole world is cutting. The Bank of England just cut. The European Union just cut, right? They're cutting rates. They're loosening, they're printing more money to stimulate their economy, right? But the Fed said this yesterday. Well, we're not going to cut rates because PPI was up. PPI is wholesale inflation for July, right? But what number came out before that? CPI. CPI is consumer price index for July. It was at 2.7%, not too far from the Fed's target of 2%. So, oh my God, how could did they make a mess up on the numbers? Shouldn't, if wholesale prices are up, shouldn't consumer prices been up too? Right? Is it funny numbers? No. The producer price index went up because of the T word. You know what word that is, right? The T word? Tariffs, right? Tariffs affected the producers, right? The exporters and the importers. The exporters and the importers took the hit in July. They did not pass it on to the consumer. Okay? They did not pass it on to the consumer. Which means because why? It's really a tax on the rich. The richest people in this country are the producers, right? They're the top of the food chain. They're the ones who import. They put their money, their capital, and they go and they buy, I don't know, $2 tennis shoes or sneakers or widgets from Japan or from Asia, from China, right? And when they bring it to the country, into the US, they have to pay a tariff. If they bought the stuff for $1 or 50 cents, they're going to pay a 15 or 20% tariff on that. But then they're going to sell it for 10 times. They're going to buy something for $1 and sell it to you for 50. You think they're going to take that 15 cents on that tariff, or right, $1.50, and then pass it on something that they're already making 5, 6, 7 times, 10 times what they are importing it for? Probably not, right? Because it would make them uncompetitive, because their other importer friends are probably saying, look, if you raise your prices, I'm going to keep mine the same and I'm going to outsell you, right? So you have to understand that PPI, people don't understand. This is 4D chess, okay? And the economics is a 4D game, and most people are playing checkers. So they see PPI. If you trade it based on what I told you, you would lose money, right? You would lose money. But why? Because you say, oh, well, we really don't have any inflation. The PPI was a one-time event. Tariffs were raised once. And so it's already been paid and already built in. So it's not going to show up in any other data moving forward unless they have another tariff war, right? Once they say, okay, XYZ country charges 15% tariff, right? unless the price of the good goes up, the tariff remains the same. It's going to be 50% next month, 50% next month, 50% next month. It won't change. So inflation will flatten out or drop, right? If they get favorable terms. But what happened is that why the CPI number was lower and wasn't high like the PPI was the producers and the exporters absorbed the tariff, right? And our whole economic system is based on the consumer, right? The consumer. If consumer inflation is down and you have more money in your pocket at the end of July, you're going to buy more stuff. And if you buy more stuff, it's going to be good for the economy. Increases GDP, retail sales are going to be up. Everything is up if inflation is low, right? However, these guys are saying that eventually the wholesalers are going to pass it on. No, they're not. Their profit margins are like this. The tariffs are like this. Why would they take this and increase it a little bit more to offset this, right? They buy it this and they sell it this, and they actually put another piece of money on that, right? So what happened was when we went into our trading and we went into the market, all the dollar pairs were at the top of the heat map. Dollar yen, dollar CAD, right? And the dollar index were all higher. And the other currencies were lower. Now, this is Asia. And what happens during the Asia session, Asia usually is a retracement. Whatever the direction is during New York session, usually we see a reversal or profit taking during Asia. And then we see like New York session, and we see in New York session and the London, New York session, we see prices return back in trend. So basically the Asia session is your counter trend rally. And once you have, we had a big rally in yen, dollar yen. It was at the top of the heat map. It was green, at the very top. And I asked my group, I said, hey guys, what's going on here? We've got, I saw a big push up and a sideways consolidation. And I can show you. I'll draw a little diagram. Right, we had let me share screen, right? Oof. Nope. Okay. Share. No, and okay. There we go. All right. Keep calm and manifest on. Okay. So we have a price move. We had the dollar yen drop, and then we had rally, and then rally some more, and then it was like this, right? So we had an upward trend in dollar yen, right? We had an upward trend, and it was at the top of the heat map. I make this a little bit thicker. So we had this uptrend, which I'm going to make green, right? So we had an uptrend. This is a dollar yen USD JPY, right? And this is Asia session. And so I was looking at it, and I'm like, we do have an uptrend, right? We do have an uptrend in the dollar yen, and we have some consolidation, sideways consolidation, right? Almost like a flag pattern consolidation, right? But we're in Asia, right? Remember I told you that usually in trend, we have our NY or let's see, London and NY, right? London and NY are going to be in trend, right? But then Asia is usually going to be Counter trend. Usually our counter trend move, right? And again, everybody was long, and these guys who got long from here, they got long from here, and they're here. They are probably going to need to take profit, right? They're going to take profit. They made money off of that PPI announcement. They made money, and now they're stuck here. And we are in uptrend, but we're also in Asia. So what? So I asked my group. I said, "Hey guys, what do you think? Are we bullish or bearish?" And all of them said bullish, 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 right? And I'm like looking, everyone in the room is saying bullish, and something is telling me that these guys are going to want to take some profit. Oh, they're going to want to take some profit, and we're going to see a profit-taking decline, right? Possibly down to, and I took a Fibonacci, and I said, look, let's try to take a short down to the 23% retracement, a common retracement, right? I mean, typically you go to 38, but I didn't think it was going to go that far. I mean, if it did, the risk goes up for me, right? A 23% retracement, that seemed like it was pretty cool. A 38% retracement is what I did, that trade that I posted in the school community, where I said I took one more trade. I said, you know what? This thing is going to go to the 38% retracement because it didn't bounce. When we're looking for Fibonacci's, so I took a short, and everyone like saying, Greg, and then we got one red candle breaking the trend line, breaking support, and then I said, okay, we're targeting here. Now it's Asia. It's got to be slow. It's not going to go straight down like that. More like it went down a little bit, rallied a bit, down a little bit, rallied a bit, down a little bit, rallied a bit, and then finally it broke through, right? So on the smaller time frame charts, I'm taking shorts in this move, right? And then we broke, and at 9 o'clock, we trade for 2 hours. At 9 p.m., I said, you know what? We're good. We're good. I'm done. I did a six trades in a row without a loss, and there were pretty good sized gains. And I said, why push it? And I had to go to the bathroom too. So I did that, right? So I mean, so this was all yesterday. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Six trades, $7,300. Not bad, right? And so I said, let's. And I was watching Gutfeld or something, and then I looked at the chart again. No, what happened was my buddy on school, I posted my what I did, and then he came on, and he was it Matt? Mark. Okay, let me see. I'm trying to find out where my yeah, I went ahead and put one more trade. Yeah, one more scalping trade, right? Victor, come on in, Victor. Okay. Yeah, so after I post my trades, and I don't just talk about it. I said, look, I'm going to show you the video. I'm actually going to, I have the full video I'm going to post in the live school chat and also in our VIP as well as our free. So if you are watching on YouTube and you want to come into our school group, is absolutely free for the school for their free school group, and I can give you the link to that. But so Mark came in, and then he says he was on the Dragon. He made 360 pips, right? So I said, let me go ahead and hop back in here, right? So I went ahead and I pop this straight in, right? So let me show it to you if I can. Tell me within. So this is it, right? The drop, southbound drop, and the TV, we tested a low, but actually we have a profit objective at 27.30. So we'll see if we'll make that in the next couple minutes. Making money fast using a small time frame scalping. That's what I do. That's what I teach. That's what makes me different than any other Forex coach or trading coach, is that I focus mainly on short time frames. You know, like currently we're using a 15-second chart, using a 5-minute chart as our trend bias. And so we're already up $780 right now. And we'll see if we can actually, we get down to the 47.38 area right here. We can still take some money off, right? You know, like, let's say, like $2,000, right? Why not? There we go. Let's hit it, right? Let's go. Let's get paid. Come on, babe. More push. Yeah, I'm short dollar yen. My name is Dr. Gregory McLeod. I'm a 30-year Forex trading veteran. I'm one of the foremost authorities on short-term day trading called scalping. And I have a 90-day program to teach people how to scalp and take money out of the market at will, money on demand. This is something you're interested in, click the link below in order to book a free strategy. Oh, and that's it. We made money, and that's what it is, guys. Pick and run the short scalping system. I teach people how to do it in 90 days. It's not cheap. It's not free. We only take a few people each month in our courses. So if you're interested, click the link below. And I'll talk to you soon. It's Dr. Gregory McLeod signing out. Peace and tips. Yeah, they got one going on live right now. And I'm going to go ahead and close this one out too. There we go. All right. Woo. All right. Lots of stuff going on here, right? I left that one running. And it finally moved into profit there. But yeah, guys, this is what we do. And so I got some guys in there, you know, and it says, oh, you broker rhythm consistently ends with disciplined slips. One extra trade outside the plan could be costless. And I agree with all these people, but I want to show you what I actually did with this dollar yen and why I went back in. And ordinarily, I mean, it's like one of those things where it's like one time, you know, I go by odds and percentages. And so let me, let's see, we go. Okay. So let me remove, I got all this stuff going on here. Let's keep it clean. There we go. So this is the exact fact, this is the exact same chart, right? So this is where we were at 7 p.m., right? 7 p.m. is 19, right? So 19, right there. That's where we got started, right? So that's where we got started. I had drawn some support right here. And I basically asked the crew, like going, what do you think price is going to go? And everyone said bullish, right? And you can see, I'm like, well, we got, you know, rising up trends, you know, and, you know, even, but inside my heart, I'm like going, you know what? This looks like a flag pattern with a possible run, but no, predictive function was kind of pointing the other way, like saying, nah, this thing ain't gonna go any farther, right? We were rejected from the whole number, round number, the 148.00. And you know, there's options, there's other things involved. I mean, there are option flows. If you go to fxlive.com, they'll show you like there's so many millions of contracts of dollar yen at certain prices. But it's just like it's like the old stock options, right? If I own the underlying. I'm going to sell you the 148 call. So every dollar above 148, or every point, every tick, whatever, you make money, right? I am selling you the option. Do you think I want to pay you? No. So what am I going to do? I'm going to defend that round number, right? And I'm going to sucker you into buying the option from me, right? And guess what? You're gonna say, "Wow, it's uptrend, Greg," and this and then like, yeah, but this is like the easiest way to fool people, right? You got long, you're gonna have stops all down here, right? Remember, I told you the Forex they stop driven market, so your stops are there. That's liquidity. That's like a big tank of gasoline, and all someone comes by and with a cigarette starts smoking, right? I remember being a little kid in the Torrance, Gardena area, and somebody was smoking at the refinery, and the spark and the whole refinery went up, and this big fireball went up in the sky. And like going, it's nuclear war. Russia's gonna attack us. Like, nah. Some guy was smoking by the refinery and set the whole thing on fire. I don't know if you guys remember that back in the early '80s. So anyway, this is like a big volatile amount of like fuel, and so if a spark hits it, it's going to ignite and set off all these other levels, right? I use quarter line theory, so I'm looking at the 4750, right, as the next target, and then I'm looking at the 4700, right? 4725 was another target, right? And then so I'm using quarter line theory, looking for those quarters, 25, 50, 75, right? But I'm also using Fibonacci. So I'm going to put the Fibonacci's here, right? I start off at the last swing low going to the top. And I'm like going, you know what? If this thing is bearish, we will at least come to the 4754, right? So that's what I was looking at. I was like saying, we could, if we tag that, if I place my stop here, right? If I'm going to place my stop short, right? So I'm going to so if I'm entering here and have my stop there and then target this area, right? And I'll have my stop like that, right? That's like a 1-to-1, right? Now, if I get down to 30 down here, that's huge. That's a 2.44 to 1, right? So let's play this out. So I get to ask my crew. They said, we're bullish, long. I got, nah, I'm going to go short. I got one candle break below the trend line, and I entered short, right? Let me, settings. Let me see if I can show you trading, executions. I did. There's executions, right? Execution labels. Okay. Maybe, I don't know. Okay. So I got short on the break, targeting this area. Oh, this is a 5-minute chart, right? So now I drop down to my lower time frame chart. I'll leave it on the 5. But then you can see we got the break below, and look, we hit those stops, right? So people got long, had stops, and now those stops become sell orders. Sell orders in the market. Look at the acceleration of price, right? Let's move sideways. I'll zoom in on that. I'm gonna move this over, right? So you can see break. And it's also following the moving averages. I guess I was using a 5-8 moving average, and then right into your fair value area right there, a little gap, and right, and then price dropped, went to the 50. It didn't stop, right? It just coasted through, hit that 38% retracement. So we were basically done for the day, right? That's where I got those trades. So I'm looking at it, and this is like 11 o'clock, and I'm looking, I'm like going, you know what? We could get down here, right, to the 38, and boom, we rallied up, and we popped it and hit it, right? Smacked that, look, that 25, the 25 zone was hit, and look, bounced right off the 25 line, right? Rally, and I was done. Okay, now because I have been up all night where I go this thing. Hey, this thing goes down. We could probably see the round number 4700. I don't think we got there. I think we got down to 12. Break. Boom. All right, 20. Break down. Then we hit the 00. They defend it. Boom, hit it. Okay, and then see that was at 3:15, and 3:15 Eastern time. Well, yeah, that's wow, right? So there we go. So that's why so I know a lot of people talk about the 4 hour and this, but my higher time frame is a 30. The highest time frame I'm looking at is a 30, and then I'm dropping down to the 1 minute, 5 minute, but I'm actually on the 15-second, right? When I get the 15-second, that's where my zone of competence lies right there, right? On that 15-second chart, right? That's something I might even, right? So anyway, so with that, I don't know if you have any questions or not, but let me go ahead and we'll go back to our school group. Again, I wanted to invite you to be a part of our school community. It's absolutely free. We have like our classroom. We start with our baby Forex pips. We have 16 videos showing everything from mastering position sizes, risk reward, stop losses explained. So if you don't know the fundamentals or the language of Forex, how to use economic calendars, support and resistance lines, basic stuff. Each video is less than a minute, and you can go through that very quickly and learn about the market. We also have our module 1 of our 4-module course called the Forex Foundations course. The other 3 modules with another 70 videos are located in our paid version, our paid VIP group. VIP group has a live trading plus, over, close to 100 videos on mindset coaching and, advanced strategies, Elliott wave, MACD, stochastic, CCI, all that's good stuff, right? We also have, once you go through this, we have a strategy developed to one of my students, one of my profitable students. Svetlana created something called the Samurai Sword. It was like ORB's opening range breakout strategy. Beautiful strategy for picking up pips. Very methodical. I usually take my best traders or my best students, and I have them create a course, and then we usually sell that course. So I take my $1 million students and help them to create courses for me. So anyway, that is that's all for free here, and I'll go ahead and put the in the. I don't know if no. I need to put the link, members, invite. There we go. I'll put the link in the chat. That way, if you are interested to join, you can join there, right? And if you would like to take it to the next level and go to our paid group where there's live trading and lots of other bonuses too, you can also join as well, right? So we have our classroom there. Our classroom here has a winner's circle mindset training, right? With taught by our resident hypnotherapist, certified hypnotherapist, Hal Weinshank. He has master mindset, trader's mind, master the trading mindset, the abundance mindset, and the abundance mindset bonus section that's included. Plus, you'll get the Dragon Slayer course. Was developed by one of my students who took $300,000 and turned it to $78 million. And that course is here. 4 modules. He's from Serbia, so he has a little bit of an accent, but who cares? If he makes money, he can teach you how to make money too. So again, I take my best traders and I have them create courses, right? The ones that make millions of dollars, they create courses for me. This is our Forex Foundation freshman course. with videos, as well as there's 4 modules: freshman, sophomore, junior, and senior, each with a different level, with lots of videos talking about strategies, support and resistance, trading the news, moving averages, Bollinger Bands, a full, it's a very thorough, complete course, which I created. I narrated and completed myself. I created it myself, and I use it to train my students who really don't know anything about trading. This is a good foundation. That's what we call it, Forex Foundation, okay? And then we also have our Forex, Pip and Run Forex mentorship located here. That's going to be, that's available. And so you'll be able to work with me for 12 months for a, so you can apply for that. In fact, if you want to go to elitetradersuniversity.com, and you can actually apply and see how I can help you, if I can help you. And spots are limited, and so we only work with a few people each month. So those seats go fast, and there's no guarantee that you'll be accepted. But if you would like to learn to trade the Pip and Run way, well, then that is what you want to apply for. You want to come over to elitetradersuniversity.com. And if you have questions or things like that, we have a helpful, friendly chatbot named Clarence Beeks. Clarence Beeks can help you answer any questions that you have about the discover the hidden secrets to profitable trading. Just click the blue button at the bottom of the Elite Traders University website. You can attend a free masterclass, and you can actually you can apply on the website. You watch an introductory video, or you can talk to Clarence. Clarence is always around, ready to answer questions about Elite Traders University and how it can help you. Okay. So with that, ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank you so much for joining me for Coffee with Greg. I'm just going to check the chat box for any questions that you may have. I hope you found this. Give me a thumbs up and a like if you're watching this as a replay. Make sure that you check me out on Instagram, and come over here to elitetradersuniversity.com to get our income boost ebook. Right, you can get that for free. You can get and that will also tell you about the foreign exchange market as well and how to profit from it. You can also check out our client results. All the people that we've helped. Over the years. We've been doing this. This is our 10th year in business, and so we're really excited about helping the next 100 people become professional traders. We've had tons of people passing the Apex challenges, right? Under the tutelage of Jamie. Jamie cut the rope. They're doing phenomenal things with Apex accounts, just repeating. They can do what I do. Okay. When I teach people, I taught middle school and high school for 20 years in the Los Angeles Unified School District. I'm licensed. I have a lifetime teaching credential from the state of California. And so I know how to teach people how to be successful. Even my own children are, they graduate with honors from the University of Texas, University of Texas at Austin, and also Prairie View University. And so I have a history of working with students and children around the world, and in the foreign exchange markets, in English, whatever I do, because it's mindset, guys. Having a winning mindset and teaching people to win, right? When you can teach people to win, then they can become successful. If they can believe in themselves, you believe in them, and then they believe in themselves, right? So we have like people from all over the world who we've helped, right? And we can help you too, right? So you've probably tried everybody else. You've been to all these other courses and things like that, and you've gotten no results. We give results. We drive results through a 3-step process. We start step 1. Hey, we got to put knowledge in your brain using our modules and the Pip and Run method. Then we PDR, practice, drill, rehearse. Stage 1, we're going to take you through simulation trading. We're going to take you through that to make sure that you have a firm foundation, right? Simulation where you have a 90% win rate. We get you to 90%. When you get to 90%, you'll get a certificate, right? You're able to have no more than 5% drawdown. Then we take you to a demo account. You take that demo account of $10,000 and you're able to double and triple that demo account, right? And then what you have, because now you're dealing with the live market, but with fake money, okay? Stage 3 is when we take a small live account, right? Where we are looking for an 85% win rate with no more than 5% drawdown. You take that small account and then you can double and triple that account. Now you're ready for stage 4, which is prop trading. And we have a prop trading program to help you pass prop trading challenges and to get 50, 100, up to $1 million or more in trading capital. Okay. So look at this as the investment. We're not cheap. We're not a $22 course or something like that. This is a life-changing event, a transformation activity that you need. If you want to change your life, then you have to change your trading, and you need experience behind you. And Elite Traders University, in my 30 years, are there for you if you qualify. Okay. So with that said, I want to thank you so much for joining me for this special coffee with Greg. In fact, I was so excited about talking to you and sharing stuff that I really didn't even drink my green tea. I've actually got my Kirkland green tea. Love the stuff. Keeps the hair looking good, right? Anyway, guys, I love you guys. You guys have a great weekend. Peace and pips. For those who are Elite Traders University, remember Tuesday, 4 p.m., that's our group coaching call for mentorship. People who've invested in mentorship and you're enrolled, make sure you enroll. You got your tuition in for our class Tuesdays at 4 p.m. Real exciting news, too. I want to welcome Officer Dalen from the Dallas PD. He is going to be my special guest for our one-on-one coaching, our mastermind, one-on-one mastermind we're going to do for 4 days of training. It's coming out to Vegas. We're putting them up at the MGM Grand Hotel, and we're going to be trading the markets and doing the Vegas thing, right? Steak dinners and trading alongside with me at night, and it's going to be great. And if you're on the mentorship call or on the live trading call, you'll get to meet him, right? So again, I look forward to seeing you there, and big shout out to all the people who are looking at becoming a professional traders. I support you. I was where you were, on the other side. I was a teacher, not making the money that I wanted to make. But guess what? I invested in a coach. I invested in Mark Douglas, and Mark Douglas, he wasn't cheap. He wasn't free, but he cut my learning curve and allowed me to become a professional trader. So let me be the Mark Douglas in your life. I look forward to talking to you. Peace and pips. Greg McLeod out.